4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what?
Oh, yes, everybody. Washington Wrestling Network here live from the Tacoma Dome. It's quiet. It's quiet here. Everybody got in here at like 3 o'clock. I got set up and, I'm by myself. So I'm here to just chat with you guys and talk about brackets, talk about whatever. The drive down here, I got to do a little bit of Instagram Live and Facebook Live. That was super fun. And now we're here, and it's Matt Classic 37. I've got Josh St. Marie here shortly coming to join me. Maybe he'll get on the mic. Maybe he'll grab some people to interview. But right now, I'm just going to enjoy this time while it's quiet here. I know it's about to get chaotic here in the next 24 hours. And it's going to be a really, really fun year for us, you guys. I hope you guys are going to have fun too. And just wish everybody the best of luck. And hopefully everybody's on weight and not struggling with that too much. But already got a comment here saying, go Yelm. Tornadoes are here. Yep. I'm just watching people file in the doors here and get their packets and all that. And it's just cool to see all the different, the teams, the different logos, the different colors of wrestlers filing in here. It brings back a lot of memories for me. And but yeah, Matt did a wonderful job last night. I just wanted to give him a shout out. He brought on Brian Alfie from Edmonds Woodway to talk about seating. If you guys get a chance, go watch that episode and learn about seating. It was good for me because I'm not a coach and I didn't understand how it worked until I watched the episode, and now I have a good grip on the seating and who goes where and how it works and all that. And it's a really, really cool educational episode. So if you guys get a chance to go watch that, go do that. We got some crazy brackets this year because of that. Think of like 4A 165. Throw some others in the chat that you guys want us to look at while we're down here. And, we can cover those for you and maybe talk about them a little bit further. I'm personally pretty locked into 4A boys. So that's kind of like my playground. I do the rankings for that, and 2A boys as well. But Matt does a 3A boys. So if you guys have questions about that, I might have to defer to him. Maybe he'll pop in the chat. Maybe he'll jump on here on his phone and join us as well. But yeah, it's quiet down here, which is it's good because I know my ears are going to be hurting the next few days with all the noise going on and everything. But I'm just happy to be here, excited for everybody, excited for all the teams traveling out here to Tacoma for Matt Classic 37. Ty Lundquist, man, what a guy. Appreciate you, Ty. Looking forward to seeing you too. And I just got some people dapping me up. That's awesome, man. We just love the support. And it is a lot of work, Ty. It's crazy to think of where we came from and where we are now. Sometimes it's good to see stuff like this where you can step back and just, kind of appreciate, where you came from and where you are now. So it's kind of like my journey. Like you guys are wrestling and coaching and all that. This is our state tournament at WWN, and we get a little bit better every year, and it's not perfect, but we try our best for you guys, and we just love it when people say stuff like this. Appreciate you, Ty. Come say hi. I'm sure I'll see you around. Taking photos and all that good stuff too, and I'll be watching a lot of those Meade Panthers. That's one thing that I'm really excited about, to be honest, is that 4A team title race. Last year, Tacoma got it done again, second year in a row, but it was close. Meade was right on their tails, and then once again, Meade brings a lot of wrestlers to the state tournament again, and then now you got Gonzaga Prep. We have ranked number 2 in the state in 4A. So yeah, any one of those three could win it. Just kind of depends on what happens and how all those matches shake out. Obviously numbers help, but getting wins, getting pins and all that is great as well. So Got a comment here saying, let's go Oak Harbor. Oak Harbor, 3A. You guys got a lot of boys, a lot of girls. So we got some people swinging by here as well saying, what's up? That's awesome. Yeah, Oak Harbor in the mix as well, out of District 1. We got another comment here. How many freshman state champs will we see over under 20 and a half? That feels like a lot. Where there's 9 different tournaments going on here this year. So maybe that's a fair number. Obviously, those lighter weights tend to see a lot of those. I mean, projected 4A 106 final is probably going to feature a couple freshmen if it all shakes out the way it's supposed to. But let's jump into maybe some of these brackets here, and you guys can keep chatting if you want me to look at some of these. But I'll see if I can share my screen, and it just kind of brings up what we were just talking about in terms of freshmen. There is 4A 106. I find this one really, really interesting. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. This is the first bracket that gets brought up when you go right into the tournament into brackets. So sorry about the ad here. It's kind of annoying. So we have to zoom in fully here. But Carver Peaslee is the #1 overall seed. And again, if you guys want to learn about seeding, go to the seeding podcast that Matt held last night. Kind of explains how it works. But if you guys don't know, it's all based on a point system. So you get points for state placings, you get points for common opponent wins, I think is one of them. District champion is another point. And basically what they do is they take your individual accolades and they match you up against every single wrestler in your bracket. And the wrestler with the most points being the head-to-head point over the other wrestler in the bracket, it gets the #1 overall seed. I don't know how the tiebreaker works. I'd have to go back and watch that podcast from last night. Maybe somebody in the chat can let me know. But basically, you can get 31 points if you have 31 wrestlers in the bracket that you earned a point against. So Carver Peaslee, #1 overall seed at 4A 106. And I find this interesting as well. I think Myro Parkoffin from Gonzaga Prep, his teammate. Let's see where he's at. I think he's on the same side of the bracket. Yeah, he's in the same quarter bracket. Same quarter bracket, I think, as his teammate Carver Peaslee. Oh, excuse me. He's in a different quarter, but still, that's your kind of projected semifinals if it all shakes out in terms of rankings there. So the rankings that I have 1 and 2 is Myro Parkoffin #1 and Peaslee #2. And then, track has it, they see it differently. Personally, they should just go off of our rankings because we're pretty darn accurate. I'm just going to say that. But this one should be really interesting to watch. Let me bump over. Let's bump over to. I think this was one of the topics that we had from last night was 4A 165, where it really shows how different our rankings are between us and track's point system. So Trey Haynes, obviously #1 overall seed, 3-time state champion, going for his 4th state title. Pretty obviously #1 in our world and in track wrestling's world, and that's kind of a no-brainer. But then you go down to the #2 seed is Bryson True. He's kind of had an up and down season, but did get a district title. I think that's probably the points that he's getting over a lot of these wrestlers here is that district title. I think we have him ranked like 6 or 7, but he gets the #2 overall seed here. And then you have Bryce Rowland on the same side as Trey. I think he's ranked #2. And so it's really interesting to see that he's on the same side of the bracket as a state runner-up, which is crazy. I'm just looking over at Mr. Matt Beck over there with his Everett squad. He's getting all checked in. That's super cool. So yeah, like I said, it's a little quiet in here, and now we got some faces rolling in, but I think everybody tried to get their, just like last year. I think Matt kind of called this out. He's like, yeah, it's going to be pretty quiet, and that's all good. Just happy to be here, happy to be with you guys and looking at some of these brackets. But it looks like everybody checked in like right at 3 o'clock, and you got some stragglers like Mr. Beck over here. But so 4A 165. Again, go watch the podcast from last night. It'll really explain it. I think they actually do break down this bracket as well. Really, really interesting stuff. So I'm excited to see how that one plays out. It'll be interesting to see that one. Let's go over to 4A 126. This one to Owen having a phenomenal season. As a freshman, gets the #1 overall seed. So I mean, without a state placing, still manages to get the number 1 overall seed. It's really hard to get seeded number 1 as a freshman, especially in some of the upper weights where you're seeing a lot of returning state placers. I think Dolly might have been number 1 had he wrestled last year and placed really high. I think he probably would have been the number 1 overall seed. Let's see, where is Dolly in here? Got Malachi Pettis at number 2 seed. I think we have him ranked 3. Bryson Dolly number 4 overall seed. So, yeah, interesting stuff there. It's one of those things that, like, you know, it's hard to look at some of these brackets sometimes because you're like, nah, that's not the way it should be. But they did model this after a couple of other states, and they found it actually to be statistically pretty successful in terms of the way that it should look. I think my one thing on this is that the district champion point that people get on their resume is one that I would probably get rid of, to be honest. I think every single district is different, right? And they're not weighting that. So no knock on District 2, but like that district is not as heavy as some other districts. And so, you know, all the power to you if you go win District 2 and get a higher seed as opposed to another wrestler who got maybe 3rd in District 6 or 5. But does that mean they're the better wrestler and they should be seeded higher? Probably not, in my opinion. I'm pretty on board with the rest of the point system, but it is interesting to see how that works with the districts. So I got a comment here. Go Bull Pups. Yep. Noe Shield, appreciate your support. I know you got a couple boys wrestling here for the first time at the Washington State tournament here at the MAC Classic, and that should be really exciting to see how Gonzaga Prep does this year. I know everybody has their opinions on Gonzaga Prep and how they built that team as a private school, and I got Matt Beck walking over here, and maybe he'll join me for a second. Let's see if he pops on here. There he is.
All right, can everybody hear me?
We got Mr. Matt Beck. Matt Beck's a busy guy now.
I'm bringing my dark horse in.
Uh-oh, who do we got here?
Alex Buyukali,
oh,
3A 165. Sit down, Alex.
Alex, what's going on, brother?
Here, I'll have Sam give you a little.
Sure.
Everett.
Yeah.
And we got an evergreen sweatshirt on here, huh?
Yeah, that's the middle school.
Yeah.
The middle school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Back in my day, we actually went up against some.
really?
I'm from Snohomish, so that's cool,
okay.
man. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on making it to the state tournament again. You were here last year, right?
Yeah.
How'd it go for you last year? And
I think it was 1 and 2. Not too great. Yeah. Had a pretty bad shoulder injury last year, but hey, we're back this year.
Nice. That's awesome, man. And I guess he's right here. And I don't see Coach Joel here, but talk about your coaches. Talk about Mr. Matt Beck here. Talk about some of these guys that helped you get to
this
the.
guy right here. I don't know. No, man, I absolutely love my coaching staff.
It's okay. You can be honest about him.
I know.
I have my struggles with Mr. Beck sometimes. But it's all right.
No, I kind of went through a little shift back my freshman year when my coaching staff switched completely. We got a completely new coaching staff, man, and I absolutely love it. They've been for me there every single day, man. Every practice, just even off season, they're always like reaching out, making sure I'm there. Man, I absolutely love them.
That's awesome, man. You wrestled a lot of freestyle in Greco this year.
Yeah, it was my first year doing it. Man, I loved it.
So it was your first year
Yeah.
doing it. What do you take away from that, and what advice would you give to other people, maybe if they're like on the fence and wrestling freestyle in Greco, or maybe just talk about how it's benefited your game?
I saw genuinely, I just saw like a huge jump from like my junior year to senior year doing freestyle, like crazy benefit. Just like being there every day in the room, wrestling all sorts of people, especially higher level, because like you get like really high level people at freestyle. Man, it just like improves you so much. And I don't know, for me, it was just like mostly about having fun, Luckily, I don't know how, but I met it at Fargo, and that was a great experience. And I'm like really excited for this year as well.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, I did a lot of freestyle in Greco. I did it since I was little, but somebody for like you who just entered in on the scene on it. Are you planning on doing it again this year?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Nice.
Sure.
Are you a senior? I forgot.
Yeah, I'm a senior.
Okay, gotcha. But you're still gonna do the freestyle in Greco scene once again, even after graduating.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's all about having.
What about college plans, man?
That's up for still up for debate, but I've been looking out, reaching out. I've been getting some phone calls and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
obviously, you're probably pretty focused on this right
Yeah,
now,
for
and
sure,
maybe
yeah.
afterwards
Mhm.
you'll focus on that a little bit
Couple
more.
visits, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, what? Yeah, let's bring in Matt back here. He wants to talk to his guy, man. This is cool, man. I want to see these two chop it up a little bit here.
All right, everybody, we're in here. Sam, were you going through the brackets a little bit? Little bracket madness. Alex, my guy, I would call you the dark horse of the tournament. Now, a lot of people have wrestled you, have really they know how good you are. They know how tough you are, but I don't know that some of the kids in the bracket really understand how tough you are. We got a good draw, and we're going to come real fast and hard against our number 1 seed in the semis. That's the goal. Mm-hmm. But talk about your mindset heading into the tournament, understanding that you are a little bit up against the wall. I mean, you're not necessarily a kid top 4 seed, you're 5th. I mean, so we're close there, but talk about being a little bit up against the wall and not being the favorite of the tournament. Does that give you a little juice or what?
Honestly, man, it's just kind of like, it's a little challenge that I really want to beat, gotta go get after those kids and everything like that. Totally. I mean, I understand I'm maybe not good in everything I do, but hey, there's a reason why I'm down there and then I'm super high up. And hey, if some upsets will happen, maybe they will, maybe they won't, either way, I'm just here to have fun. I try not to focus on it too much and just go after it.
Hey, Sam, I got my other dark horse coming in here. Why don't you go get Cameron? He's the redhead over there with the curly, squiggly hair, sitting right over there. Cameron Grant, yeah, go get him. And we're gonna bring Cameron on here. We'll see if I can get both of you guys in on the podcast here. But talk about Cameron Grant. He could end up wrestling Joel Christofferson. Yes, he could. He's wrestled Joel a lot because he's been on. Yeah, he's been Joel. In the Arlington or the Punisher room, yep. And we've got a chance to wrestle him a lot in the preseason. But I got both my dark horses here, so switch them out since we got you. Sorry, this is all team dark horse coming from me right now, which is a wonderful thing for me. Cameron Grant joining the Washington Wrestling Network here, 120 pounds. Cameron, how's the weight cut going for you?
It's going pretty good. I'm just chilling right now, chilling on weight.
How's the lips? I tell my guy, look, show the camera, show the lips. I don't know where the camera is. My guy's got the bad lips from the weight cut. Zoom in on them lips. Look at this guy. Oh, my God. Somebody get this kid some freaking chapstick. I've been trying to tell him that, but I'm his coach. Don't have any chapstick. But, Cameron, we just talked to Alex about his seed. Okay, you coming into the tournament ended up securing the 6th seed in the tournament. Do you feel that, and to kind of talk to Alex, do you feel like your back's a little bit against the wall and we kind of thrive off that a little bit? We're not a top 5 seed, being 6. Do we think we thrive off that a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I enjoy being the underdog. I like upsetting people. I like showing who I am. And
who are you, Cameron? Let's talk about it.
I am the number 6 ranked 120 in Washington State.
For 3A.
For 3A. And just here to have a good time. Here to win. Here to place.
Yeah, and I think that we're going to surprise some people at the tournament this week. We have a good shot ourselves. Coach Joel's calling me. We have a good shot ourselves to see a tough kid in the quarters right to another tough kid in the semis. Kids, I think that we're going to come out here and surprise. Talk a little bit about where you think you're going to sit atop after this is all done here.
I think probably 3rd, or 3rd is probably the most realistic. First is my goal, obviously, but 3rd is probably where it's going to be at. I'm just going to go out here. I'm going to wrestle myself, upset these kids.
Yes, I love that. See, that's the kind of stuff that gets me fired up when I'm talking about how we're going to do here. And I think it's just cool. I started this podcast with Sam a long time ago, and at that time, Cameron, you were an 8th grader at that time. We didn't even know. Alex wasn't even very good. After this next couple years, all of a sudden we got a pretty dark horsey team coming in here. Talk about what your teammates mean to you and how they've helped you get to this point here.
My teammates mean a lot to me. They are They are what made the season fun, more enjoyable. They gave me like different looks, different bodies to practice different moves on, get a feel for things, and overall just made the season way better.
Yeah, let's bring them over here. Tell them to come over here. Yeah, let's see if we can get them over here. Come on. Let's see what we got a win here. We took the kids to the arcade. Just come funnel in here. Get in, sneak in here a little bit. I think this is kind of cool. So this is Angelo Miyanaga, Jose Espiridon, 113 pounds. We have Dari Pastana, 138, about to wrestle. Josh Drago, 165. Narinder, get in here, guys. Get in here. Get under here. The camera's pointed down, so you have to hunch over a little bit. We'll see if we can get that going. But this is your Everett High team right here, guys. Like, you know, we're coming to kind of upset some people. We're coming to shake up the brackets a little bit, and we kind of like playing that role right now. We you know, nobody's counting on us to win. And I tell these guys this all the time. You know, it's something I do say a lot, but it's like not a lot of people expect, you know, kids from Everett High to, you know, to get the job done, but that's stuff that I like to thrive off of, you know, and nobody expects us to come through here and do anything. And I think we're going to make some noise in this tournament. So I love you guys. We're about to get to Lincoln to try to go and practice. So I just want to say congratulations for you guys to make it here, man. It's a big accomplishment, just making the state tournament. We're here to put on a show for us. So let's give everybody a little rah, huh? All right. I'm handing it back to Sam.
That was too funny, man. Matthew Beck with his seagulls, man. Love you too, brother.
Maybe Josh can hop in here.
Yeah, man, this is like I said, you know, Matt called it. He said it from last year. Everybody filed in here at 3:00 and got their packets and left. So you know, just me and Mr. St. Maria. I mean, are you gonna go grab your packet? Okay, he's gonna go grab his packet, and I'll stay with you guys here for a little bit. We'll just be on here live and just talk and all that good stuff. That's cool to see Matt and his team. I keep telling the guy he needs to stop coaching and just join me full time here. But you know, he's given back in multiple ways, whether it's with me at WWN or it's coaching. That's cool that he's doing both and takes up a lot of his time. But I need more of him. So if you guys get in his ear during the tournament, tell him that Sam's really, really gunning for you to join him full time. So we'll see what happens there. Oh, Bowie Cooley. Yeah, I think that's probably the matchup you're talking about there. Wrestling Joel Christopherson. Have they wrestled yet this year? Maybe. I'm not sure. That's probably a district matchup. But yeah, Christopherson, super tough wrestler out of Oak Harbor. But yeah, Kamiak going for that team title. I don't know about that one, Trev. Cool to see that they got a couple wrestlers through. Shout out to Coach Trev over there. He helps us out a lot here at the network, and he's coaching for Kamiak this year at the 4A boys level. And you know, proud of him, proud of the Kamiak Knights for getting a couple wrestlers through this year. It's been a long time coming for them, but excited to see what they do this year. If you guys want to look at some brackets or talk about anything, let me know. You know, don't really have a whole lot of show sheet content for you guys here, but you know, I'm just excited to be here. You know, the tradition of the Matt Classic is just a spectacle. I'm so glad that they extended it here. I know it's different than it used to be. There's a lot of people who, you know, complain about certain things and the setup and everything like that. But just to be here in the Tacoma Dome still after all these years, I think is really, really, really cool. So we might have another wrestler come. All right, I got another wrestler joining me here. You can throw that headset on there. So who do I got here with me right now?
Emily Ortiz.
Emily Ortiz from Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I know who you are. You know, Matt is very fond of you being in the Everett area, and now you're back here at the Tacoma Dome and ready to do it all over again.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with talking about your experience last year here and how it went, and then we'll start asking some questions about this year. How was last year for you? What did you take away from it?
I think like the most important thing I learned was just wrestling free, because like that's the first time I actually did it, and I did the best I ever did. So I feel like that's the biggest thing that I learned, was just wrestling free and focusing one match at a time.
Am I wrong in saying did you end up with a state title last year? Is that right? You did. That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that. And now talk about. I got my first state title my senior year. I had been in the finals a couple different times and then got it my senior year, so I didn't really have like that pressure. You know, I guess I did a little bit because being in the finals 2 times and then getting it finally my senior year was pressure. But talk about that. Is there any pressure on you? Obviously, you want to win it again, but talk about your headspace and what that's like coming back here to defending your belt.
The first thing, I was out for majority of the season because I had an injury.
Mm.
So coming back, like not the best seed that I wanted, but I mean, at the end of the day, seedings don't matter. My goal is to just do it again. So that's what I'm here to do.
That's awesome. That's cool. Talk about your support system, family, coaches. Talk about the people that helped you not only win a state title last year, but get you to where you are right now.
My biggest support is definitely my coaches. I feel like they spent a lot of time with me doing also club. Like I have a lot of coaches in my corner, whether it's like high school or not. They're always coming and like supporting me, like giving me words of advice, motivating me, and making sure I'm in the right headspace, like before any type of competition or like tournament. And yeah, I have a really good support system with my coaches.
That's cool. What are things that you've learned from being here last year? You were here, you want to say title, but like maybe like little things that you learned in terms of like getting through the tournament, things that have like helped you either physically or mentally to you know, prepare yourself for each match or just go through the tournament itself. Is there anything that you can take away and talk about in terms of that?
Yeah, I would say definitely like making sure you're eating food that's going to help you feel good, hydrating, making sure you're getting enough rest, and also probably just like not focusing too much on like one thing, just kind of like I said, wrestle free and don't try to do like new moves here. Like this is like not the time to do any new things. And I've learned that my first like freshman and sophomore year, I tried things that I never would do and I ended up losing. So I think just sticking to your go-tos and what you know works for you, and that'll help you do a lot better in the end.
Yeah, that's really good advice. I would have totally agree with that. You know, there's a lot of wrestlers that come through here that, you know, the lights get too bright for them or they panic or something like that. But it sounds like you got a good head on your shoulders. Are you cutting a lot of weight or anything like that?
This is like, no, I haven't had a cut all year. I've been maintaining my weight really well.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's always a thing that people don't really want to do. And it's always good to feel fresh and all that. What are some fun questions? Like, what do you like to? Are you a music girl before matches? Do you put the headphones on, or you know? Some people are anti that, which is really funny to me. But do you listen to music or anything like that?
I do for like the first part, and then like if I'm like 2 or 3 matches away, then I'll like usually will take it off and just kind of like let it all sink in. Like that's kind of like I'll listen to it and then I'll like take it off and like okay, like I need to like come back to reality because I'm not gonna have the music with me on the mat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, AirPods weren't a thing when I was wrestling. But that'd be funny. You could just like maybe like pop an AirPod under the headgear or something like that. But no, that's cool. Yeah, what kind of music do you listen to when you're getting hyped? Is it like Matt Beck listens to, he said like the Jackson 5 or something like that, I think. But
I listen to like rap or like I have like just some like hype songs that are like really beaty and like loud.
Nice.
Those are what I usually go for.
Cool. Well, it's awesome to meet you. I've heard a lot about you, and you know, best of luck this weekend, and hopefully you get what's yours and you can defend that belt, and maybe we'll catch you on an interview after you win another one, maybe, huh?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Right on. Well, thank you, Emily. Appreciate it. That's Emily Ortiz from Jackson, and cool to have another interview. That's really awesome. We you know, didn't really have that going on when we first started this podcast today because everybody was here right at the beginning, but now you know, we got I got some help. You know, I got people actually getting people here to come and talk to, but get to some of these comments here again and get caught up a little bit. D'Anthony, Garcia from Sela, from phenomenal wrestler. Appreciate that comment, Chris. He is a dog. I know Matt and Marquise were on the call at Gut Check when he pulled off that title at Gut Check this year, and really just a big experienced 106 pounder at 2A. I don't see anybody beating him there, to be honest. And just a nice kid too. Got to talk to him a couple different times, and really excited for him. And we'll see what he can do in the 2A level. Exciting 4 days ahead. Sean Watts, shout out to Sean Watts. Appreciate your support, brother. I know you'll be here probably as a dad, you know, in the stands, but maybe I'll find you on the binoculars later and be able to say hi. But Madison, Mad Dog Watts. This is my favorite nickname, by the way, because if anybody knows Madison, I don't know her like super well, but I've got to interview her a couple different times, and it's been fun to talk to her. But she's like really quiet and reserved. And when I found out her nickname was Mad Dog, it was to me it was really, really funny because she on the mat, she's a Mad Dog, but when you talk to her, you wouldn't expect that to be her nickname. So excited for her. She's chasing her third straight state title this year. This time at the 4A level, and has had a really good season. So excited to watch Madison Watson and her brother Casey here, I think for the first time, because him being on the Ording squad and the depth of it last year, you know, you can't take 3 to state, and he was the third guy, and now he's here. I think I got him ranked pretty high. I think towards the end of the season, I think he's up there at like 4 or 5 or something at the 4A level now. So good luck to the Watts family. Appreciate you guys' support along the way. Dean Haynes, what up, Dean? Trey is gonna be going for his 4th state title this year. I will be very excited to witness that if it all plays out the way he hopes it to play out. I think Arlington actually just walked in here. Yeah, I see Coach Gilbertson over there. Maybe we can get him on the call here in a little bit. That's really, really exciting. What do I think about the 4A 165 bracket? It has some big matchups. We were just talking about this earlier. Again, if you guys want to check out the seeding episode that Matt had last night with Coach Alfie, that's a really cool episode. It was cool for me because I don't, you know, really get that involved with seeding. I do the rankings for the 4A boys, but didn't know really about the seeding and the process. And last night it was really, really cool to see how it works. I think it has its flaws. No system is perfect. I mean, you're never going to get it 100% accurate. But it's a really cool episode to kind of figure out or to learn how the seedings go. And that 4A 165 bracket was kind of an example. I think that one kind of exposes the flaws in it the most, at least just in terms of the rankings that we have. I think it's fair to say that Trey and Roland are the best 2 wrestlers in that bracket. But they're on the same side, which is like, it's kind of annoying. That's a finals matchup that I would have really liked to see. But you know, maybe it'll be one of those semis that's just really fireworks for everybody to watch. But we got Coach Gilbertson over here from Arlington. Maybe he'll hop on. You want to hop on, Johnny? Old family friend. I don't think, maybe people might not know this, that we go back like really, really far in our lives, to be honest. You know, all the old USA Everett days, and we'll get into some wrestling and talking about your squad and everything. But just to let the people know, Johnny and I grew up together basically in the same wrestling club, traveled all over the place. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to let people know that the Gilbertson family we are very fond of here at the network, and excited, or just happy for you, man, after all these years, to see you coaching and giving back to the sport, and not the same way that I'm doing it, but doing the coaching thing and doing a really, really cool, awesome job at Arlington. You guys got your flowers, you know, a few weeks back when you got to wrestle Lake Stevens, and you got your interview and talked about that. I won't get into that too much. Let's talk about state, man. You're the head coach at Arlington High School. Guys are ranked in the top 10 once again, and you're bringing a ton of wrestlers here. Talk about your preparation and lead up to state and what you're looking forward to here.
Yeah, bringing 15 guys, so back-to-back school record. I know it's a little bit easier with straight to state, but 15 still pretty good number we're proud of. You know, just keeping the energy high, just cleaning up little things technically, getting their mindset right, just trying to make sure we're peaking at the right time for the state tournament like we always try to do. I think these guys are locked in and excited and ready to roll.
What have you learned over the years in your as a coach, prepping your guys for state? Is there things that you do differently now than you did? And I'm sure there is.
Yeah,
we'll talk about those things.
Yeah, I think there's things that I learned like when I was in high school that I did wrong, and then when I got into my mixed martial arts career, and tapering off properly for a fight and peaking at the right time was something I really was able to dial in with that, and kind of drive that into our program. I know my first year at Arlington, I learned the importance of scheduling according to your team. And we went to gut check my first year at Arlington. We had a couple of guys that were returning state guys, and I knew they were gonna, battle. And then the rest of the guys were younger and tough, but I knew they were gonna kind of take some licks and hopefully see what it's gonna take to get to that next level and come back hungry. And I think it kind of broke most of them, and they never really came back the second half of the season with the same figure. So
yeah,
I realize the importance of scheduling according to your team. And the team that we've got this year, we've been up in our schedule the last 3 years straight, but that's because we've had the team that can handle it. They've responded really well. So yeah.
How about any wrestlers that, I mean, I don't want you to pick favorites or anything like that, but just wrestlers that you're excited about, or maybe just that you brought here to this tournament this year? Maybe it's their first time, maybe they're returning, just wrestlers on your squad that you're just really, really excited to be here and coach.
Yeah, there's a number of them that come off the top of the head. Athir Al-Wadi, 138 pounds. He came to state as a freshman, and then didn't make it as a sophomore. Last year as a junior was, I believe, a state podium level guy, and just mentally got in his own head at districts and kind of just messed it up for himself. And he took it pretty hard and put in all the work this past off season, all through the summer, through the spring, freestyle, preseason stuff. And he's just been on a mission this year. And he's had a fantastic season. He's dialed in. He's ready to go. We have an exchange student from Sweden who's a first-year wrestler.
Wow.
Who couldn't make the lineup at 57, couldn't make it at 65, wrestling 175, and punched his ticket to the state tournament. And so we're so stoked for him to be down here and see the lights and to get to experience the MAC Classic as an exchange student, as an athlete, is going to be fantastic for him. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
We've got Emmett Decker, freshman, big, strong, 106-pounder, gritty, tough, and game as they come. So we're excited to see what he's able to do.
I didn't know he was a Decker from our childhood.
Yeah.
I just found that out with Kenny. I was talking with Coach Sanders at districts, and I put 2 and 2 together. It was like Decker, like, oh my gosh, like the whole time I didn't know, and I've been watching wrestle. I was on the call in his finals match at Evans, and I was like, no way, he's comes from the Decker family and the lineage. Is it Josh?
Yeah. So Josh is, the oldest brother of the family. So we've known their family forever. Great people. And then Josh and I trained together at Charlie's Combat Club.
Oh, yeah.
So for a couple of years we were training, fighting together. So yeah, we go way back. It's fun.
That's cool. I didn't really want to talk about this too much, but I've been curious about this because I really, I do this because I just care about the sport and I really love promoting it. And I love what you guys do at Arlington. Do you have any advice for other coaches when it comes to building a program the way that you've done? I know when I was a head coach, I just did it for a cup of coffee at Cedar Crest High School. And it was really hard because I just wanted to coach wrestling, right? And just show what I knew in terms of technique. But there's so much more that comes to being a head coach of a program. What have you learned over the years to build your program, and what advice would you have for other head coaches that are trying to do what you're doing?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really have aspirations of being a head coach. My old buddy, Michael Guzman, alumni from Arlington, called me after the state tournament 10 years ago now. I was an assistant at Cascade, my alma mater. And he said, hey, Rick just announced he's retiring. I've told all the parents about you. You have to apply. You have to take over. And I'm kind of like, okay. I don't know. I'll think about that. And I got to thinking about it. And I was like, yeah, that might be kind of fun. And so when I made the decision to take over the program, I started just kind of sketching out what the vision was. And it starts with, establishing a youth program. There hadn't been a youth program in Arlington for 5+ years until I had gotten there. And then got with Dustin Baxter and Kurt Goody and got Punisher rolling, tying it into the middle school, tying it into the high school. So really just building that foundational pyramid up to the high school is pivotal. Core values on how we operate as leaders, as teammates, as just an overall program is key and foundational to, I mean, we talk about, our 5 or 6 now, we've added one, but faith, family, integrity, time, influence, and gratitude. And we tie that back into like life situations, how it impacts your wrestling. And so just trying to drive all those kinds of things into the program and making sure that everyone's on the same page. And having fun. I mean, it's not fun. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't fun. And it wouldn't be fun if I wasn't doing it with other coaches like Kenny, like Gary, like Brantley, Seth, Deaver, Randy. I mean,
building that team, people you trust and rely on, and
I mean,
having fun.
Gary is the first state finalist for Arlington, and he had been on staff before I came on. And I didn't know who he was. I'd never met him, but I kind of just kept the same assistant staff my first year. And he's become one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And he's 20 something years older than me, but we're like brothers, obviously Kenny's like my little brother, like we're super tight. Brantley, I coached him in high school. Now he's on staff. We're super tight. John Deaver and I go way back. Randy and I, he was fighting at Arlington kickboxing when I was at Charlie's, and we were fighting at the same time coming up on the circuit. So just a lot of just good vibes with the coaching staff, which makes it fun.
It's a good segue to another question that I had for you. And I know you got not a lot of time, but I wanted to ask this as well. When you have, how many wrestlers did you say you had here?
15.
15. You're going to have multiple wrestlers wrestling at the same time during the tournament, especially in the early rounds. And something you're used to, obviously this is the most that you've ever had. How do you manage that? How do you delegate your coaches to specific wrestlers, or just kind of, I'm sure it's not fly by the seat of your pants, but talk about that and delegating and all.
I honestly don't know how other programs do it. I just kind of came up with this method 3 or 4 years ago that we've been doing. And I basically, I shoot a text out to all the guys individually, and I just lay out like, hey, this whole tournament is all about you, and I just want to give you what you need. So what I'm asking the kids to do every year is just tell me without, you're not going to hurt my feelings or anybody else's feelings, and no one's going to see this, and I'm going to kind of figure out what kind of works based on the responses that I get. But tell me, who are you most confident and comfortable with being in your corner? And I build a matrix and get all nerdy with the Excel spreadsheet and kind of figure out making sure they get at least one of their top 2 coaches that they feel comfortable and confident with in their corner, and make sure we don't have coaches going back to back where they're kind of jumping around, so we can focus on a handful of guys. And so when we get off the mat, we can talk to them, break things down, spend a minute with them, and not have to be sprinting to the next mat. So those guys get their focus, their attention. Those coaches know that they're looking out for their athlete, making sure they're getting their rest, their nutrition, they're getting in the back, they're resting. So they have time in between to get to their next match.
That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously you want a ton of wrestlers to be competing for your school at state, but it's almost like a blessing and a curse. It's like, that's a lot, you know, to be able to manage, but it sounds like you got it all figured out. Any goal? I mean, talk about, I guess, just your goals for the tournament, or maybe it doesn't have to be like a super concrete goal, maybe things that you're looking forward to this year as we enter Mat Classic 37.
Yeah, I think, multiple state champions is a goal. A team trophy top 4 is a goal. I would like to see, 5+ guys, 6 guys on the podium that are not state champions. And if we get that done, we're going to walk out of here pretty excited.
That's awesome.
But at the end of the day, like we talked about, this tournament, the results is in general, it doesn't define who we are as people, right? There's one guy at each weight class that's going to walk out of here happy. Everybody else to some degree is going to be disappointed. Even if their goal is to place and they got 8th, they're going to be like, man, maybe I could have been in the top 6, right? There's always something more, and there's one guy that's going to walk out of here happy. So realizing that this doesn't define you as a person, and no matter what happens this weekend, the work that these guys have done and the things that they have accomplished, no one can ever take that from them.
Right.
No one could ever take away the fact that, Dayton's a state finalist. If he never makes the state finals again, no one can ever take it away from him. He's a state finalist.
Right.
Trey's a state champion. No one could ever take that from him. Otto, exchange student for the rest of his life. If he doesn't win a match here, he made it to the state tournament. Nobody could ever take that from him.
Mhm.
And it's not gonna, the outcome isn't gonna change them as people. But obviously we want to have them walk away with success.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool, man. Well, you got your squad here. You got all checked in and everything, and I'm
Yeah.
sure it's time to, I don't know, is it maybe some wrestlers are cutting weight. You got things to do.
Yeah.
But we'll let you go, man. But
Cool.
excited just to watch you, and you're gonna be busy, so I probably won't be talking to you too much. Maybe we'll chop it up in between sessions or something like that. But just proud of you, man. It's
Thank
really
you.
cool to see you doing what you're doing, and excited to watch the Arlington Eagles go after it again
Yeah,
this
me
year,
too,
man.
buddy. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Appreciate you.
That's Johnny Gilbertson, man. Johnny Gilbertson, head coach of Arlington High School, doing great things up there in Snohomish County. And just cool to just hear from Johnny as a coach. He's a family friend of mine, but just listening to somebody who has grown that program into kind of like a dynasty, and it's really cool to see. I know, they get a little bit better every single year, and I got some wrestlers over here. Let me bring in the boys here. I'm gonna do one at a time. Is that okay? We only got one headset. But I got Trey Haynes right here. He's got Dayton and Alwadi over there as well. Trey, how you doing, man? We're chasing 4 this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This isn't your first rodeo. We're back again, and I guess my first question is talk about your headspace and how you're feeling mentally.
I'm feeling good going into it. Just as another tournament, gonna have fun. Do better than I did last year, even though I won it. Had a close match in the finals, but just put on a show for everyone one last time.
Yes, sir. However, we were talking a little bit earlier this year, I think at Edmonds, about coming off football and cutting weight and everything. How's your body and everything? Are we, 165 is where you're comfortable and everything, but anything that you want to share in terms of like cutting weight or your physical?
I'm pretty dialed right now. This morning I was only 0.2 over. I drank like 2 pounds of water. I'm probably like 0.3 over right now. So relaxing, just having fun. Just gonna sleep it off. So
how about your squad this year? I mean, we talk about you and your wrestling and all that, and chasing 4 titles and everything. Talk about your squad and some of the memories and the cool things that you've got to experience this year with your teammates.
it's been super fun, especially with like Emmett Decker and Thayer Wadi being a senior, and Dayton being a junior, and Michael Baxter. Just going to Reno, having fun, just being able to have a group of people that we could go have fun, but wrestle amazing and wrestle tough all at the same time. So
that's cool, man. I want to get to you're kind of like the poster child of WWN when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cut you short.
No, it's all good.
And
all good.
I'm gonna let you soak in the Wednesday here before state and all that, and we'll chop it up again here pretty soon. But I'm gonna bring Dayton on, brother. I got Dayton Fitzgibbon here. Me and D go way back. I remember. Hey, we haven't got to talk a lot on the network, man. Before, I mean, it's like I was just telling Trey, it's kind of like the Trey show around here, and you guys obviously know each other very well after wrestling so much
Trey's
throughout.
Been my wrestling partner since like I don't know 5th grade.
Yeah. But let's talk about you, D, man. You're down to 144 pounds and really humming here towards the end of the season. Talk about your season this year, specifically your lead up to state, how things have gone and how you're feeling right now.
Well, this is like my first full high school season. The freshman year and sophomore year, I got hurt both years. So this has been the first year I've really had a full 3 months to get ready for the tournament. I'm really excited. Johnny and Kenny have been working us good, going down to Reno, having a good tournament, good showing, being down in Oregon, coming to all these tough tournaments. So I'm excited.
That's cool, man. What have this is your 3rd year here now at the state tournament. What have you learned over the years? Things maybe that you're going to be doing differently, I suppose, this year, or maybe not. Talk about the difference between Dayton Fitzgibbon now at Matt Classic 36 versus your freshman year.
I think I've just learned to be a lot more calm. Wrestling's wrestling, no matter where we are. I've really been in and out of this dome since like 3rd grade, so it's just. We come here, we go all over the country. We're all at Fargo. This is just another wrestling mat out here. We're here to have fun.
That's cool, man. Well, I got to let the viewers know this. When I was wrestling at Ascend with you guys back when I was in better shape than I am now, I went to go just kind of test myself against some wrestlers, and I was like, man, can I like still take down like some high school wrestlers? And the funny story with Dayton is you were in 8th grade when I was at Ascend and rolling around with you guys, and you know, I would only go live if I had the energy for it. But I had a full tank, and you took me down. And I just got taken down by an 8th grader, bro. Like, and that was like the moment when I knew that I was getting old and I got to start hanging it up. But it was no knock on you. You're a tough kid, but I had to share that story.
I remember my first takedown on you. I remember you coming in the room like, this is Jordan's brother.
Yeah,
and he's doing this to us.
So funny, bro. It's just cool to see how far you've come, man. I'm really excited for you in this tournament, and you know, obviously you hold true to my heart because we've, you know, chopping it up over the years, and then, you know, watching you wrestle and even wrestling you in the past. I'm just excited for you, man, and just wish you the best of luck, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Let's bring up the Al-Wadi on here, man. We got one more Arlington Eagle here, man. If you don't know now, you know. This is it Athir?
Yeah,
Athir Al-Wadi?
yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
Right on, brother. Hey, you're having a phenomenal season here as a senior. It's 138 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just pulled off a district title, and coming into the state tournament. I do the 4A rankings, and you've just been shooting yourself up there, and no pressure or anything like that. But talk about your season, man, and the memories that you're making, and everything that's led you up to this point, sitting here right now with me.
Well, for me, like beginning of the season or off the season, it was a lot of training, just a lot of wrestling, having fun, and getting to the season, it was like kind of a mental challenge for me. With like whenever I lost, I just like kind of broke down, and I was like feeling like I was failing myself and stuff. But had a little talk with the coaches and just learned to just let it fly, just have fun. Honestly, if it's my last year here, just do what I gotta do, just have fun.
Yeah, that's cool. I guess just expand on that a little bit more. Being here in the past as opposed to this year, what have you learned being at the Tacoma Dome and wrestling here?
Well, honestly, the last time I was here was freshman year. So the last 2 years was also just like most of it's mental with me. But this year is like it's my last year. I gotta just let it fly. Honestly, have fun. Hopefully get on top of that podium. But you know, whatever happens.
Yeah. Talk about your support system. You know, your coaches, and maybe even beyond that, any, you know, family support or anything like that you want to give a shout out to getting you to this point.
Honestly, shout out to like Trey Dayton first, because like they took me to all those camps, and some the Baxters too. I always went to tournaments with them, and they like took me to Airbnbs and whatnot. And I'm super grateful for my coaches. Like they've done enormous things for me. Like I'm just super grateful for them. They've helped me with everything I've done to this point. I was kind of a nobody coming into high school, and it just shows the program works, honestly. So,
yeah. You're trusting the process, trusting your teammates, trusting your coaches,
Johnny,
and everything.
Kenny, all of them, Stoopy.
That's awesome, bro. Well, I'm super excited to watch you. I've been around the District 1 scene. I was coaching at Kamiak for a little bit, and man, I saw you at one time. I think it was like maybe last year, the year before. I think it was when I was coaching, bro. And don't take this in a weird way, but bro, like you are shredded, dude. Like you got the abs, like everything, bro. Like you look good, man. What goes into your training regimen? Is that all natural, or what have we got going on there? It's just wrestling, or are we lifting, or how does that work?
Well, honestly, I'm not the cleanest eater. Like I'll still eat clean here and there, but I still eat candy. Like if I'm being honest with you, I'm still drinking and like soda, not really that much. Lemonade I love though.
DK Metcalf says he eats like two bags of Skittles a day, and look at that guy. So
candy I have like 3 bags of candy in my bag, if I'm being honest with you. But I mean, I still eat healthy, like I have to, and I feel like most of it is genetics, and I still train outside of season. I have a circuit that I do every night and stuff just to keep myself going, because I used to, when I'd cut weight, wasn't like back then sophomore year and stuff, I just wouldn't eat or drink anything for a while, and had my legs going numb on me and stuff, and had to change that. So now I'm just drinking water and stuff, and doing that circuit helps my muscles keep going. It's not giving out on me. So
that's awesome.
It works.
If it works, it works. Yeah, I know everybody's different, but that's cool, man. I'll let you get back to your teammates and your coaches and all that, and get some rest. And excited to watch you tomorrow. And best of luck, man. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's Athir Al-Wadi from Arlington, and that was cool. Not only did we get to talked to Coach Gilbertson. We got 3 Arlington wrestlers there out of the 15 that they brought to state, which is really cool. Awadi shooting his way up the ranks at 138 pounds, getting a district title over his teammate Michael Baxter, who is a phenomenal wrestler in his own right. So anything that happened there at 138, excited to watch that one. I'll be in the 4A corner quite a bit. Get to some of these comments since I've been chatting with so many people here. Dayton, can we get to the hotel, please? I sent him on his way, so hopefully they're going to get some rest. Didn't want to hold him up too long, but that's cool that they got to talk to us either way. But into some more comments here that we're not going to show that one. This guy's all over the place here. Oh, we do. Yeah, bring him in here. This is awesome, man. We got one more Arlington wrestler here. This is hey, put that heads on there, man. So our 175 pounder here from Arlington High School. State your name.
So my name is Otto Holtman Alvin. It's a Swedish name. It's a little different to pronounce.
Swedish, man. Coach Gilbertson, I asked him some of the wrestlers that he's really excited for coming to the tournament this year, and I told him not to pick any favorites, but I think you were one of the first names that he brought up.
That makes me happy to hear.
That's super cool, man. So you are from Sweden.
That's right.
And you're an exchange student.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so is this your first year here in the United States?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So I got here in the end of August, and I did a little bit of tennis for the fall season, and then my host parents told me, you should try wrestling. That sounds fun. And I'm like, I don't really know if that's for me. And then I went in there and I went to the first practice and I met all these guys and I just like, oh my God, this is so much fun. And I just keep coming to the practices, but I didn't think that serious about it. And then when the tournaments and the duels started rolling in, kind of kept wrestling and I kept winning. It was like, oh, this is fun, but it was still JV in the beginning because we have a lot of competition for the varsity spots. But I just kept wrestling and kept winning, and I thought it was fun. And then when districts rolls around, there was really no spots for me because I'm usually wrestling at 157. So this is a big jump for me.
That's what your coach said. You're making the bump up. Well, it's just nice because you don't have to cut any weight.
That's very nice. I can eat a big dinner, big breakfast. So it's nice.
Yeah. Don't eat too much.
No, of course not.
Talk about this is your first year wrestling.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So, is wrestling popular in Sweden at all? Or
I think so. I've never really heard about it. I didn't know how it works. Like it took me like a month or something just to understand like the rules. I didn't know how to score points until probably my 6th match. I was just going, put them on the ground. That's what I was going for. But no, I think we have some martial arts. I know that BJJ and stuff like that is pretty big. But I don't know how the wrestling scene is in Sweden. But I will see when I get back. I might pick it up there.
Go take it back home and show. Well, you can just go throw people around now back home and just show them who's boss. That's super cool that you just come here from across the world and then now you're here at the Tacoma Dome, which is a pretty big deal, man. I don't know if you know, but like this is not easy, not an easy place to get to for one. So
no, it's a lot bigger than I expected. I just came in here, walked through the doors, and I'm like, damn. This is crazy. And I just looked around, like trying to take everything in. And I can just imagine these seats being filled too. It's going to feel surreal.
That's so cool, man. Well, I'm just in awe, dude, that like your story and everything. And so glad that people got to see it and got to listen to it. And, I'm excited for you now. You haven't been on my radar, but now you are. And I wish you the best of luck, man.
Thank you very much.
You got a big squad and a lot of wrestling ahead of you, but maybe we can. Are you going back home?
So I'm going back home in June.
In June,
yeah. So pretty much directly after graduation, I'm going back.
Oh man. Well, we wish we would have had you for a little bit longer, maybe even earlier. We maybe could have, what could have been with Otto. But that's really cool, man. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
We'll be watching you, brother. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's cool, man. We got a exchange student first year wrestler. That's super cool. And now I got Vina Win here. Vina, grab that headset there. Vina Win from Hazen High School, 105 pounds now.
Yeah.
What if people don't know, Vina has been in pound for pound ranked number 1 all season at 100 pounds, and it's your senior year, state champion last year. and now all of a sudden we're looking at district brackets and we see you up at 105. What was the decision to do that, and talk about that?
Well, it was just I've been 100 for like the past 3 years, and each year just got harder and harder to make weight. For big tournaments like gut check, I know gut check and super 30, not super 32, braided 64, I went 100, but that's because there was an allowance. And in each of those tournaments, I made weight on the dot. So it just made sense that like I don't want to risk missing weight during the postseason, and I just feel more free at 105, so that's where I'm going.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, cutting weight for me, it was like back in the day, they had just implemented like your descent plan and the hydration and all that stuff. So like I was cutting a lot of weight early on before they did that, and I just remember like really having a hard time with my energy and stuff like that. So I'm proud of you for making that decision. Talk about this is your senior year.
Yeah.
And you've been here and you've done it, getting a state title last year. Talk about what you've learned over the years, and from the beginning up until now, sitting here with me, what have you learned from wrestling here at the Tacoma Dome?
I don't know. I just learned to like push through it. Like I learned that everybody goes through adversity, and it shouldn't be something that stops you, but something that like should push you. So I think that's the biggest thing I've learned, especially like my experience at the Dome. And yeah, just keep working hard. That's the key.
Yeah. What about I'm just curious, and I know that this isn't really on your mind, but I'm just curious because you're a phenomenal freestyle wrestler as well, and you did the dual team last year, I believe, right? I know it's your senior year. Do you have plans to do that again, or is that you want to do it again as well?
Yeah, I'm planning to make more trips this year. So like the Open, I didn't get to go to the Open last year, and another trip to Women's Nationals, U20.
That's awesome.
I know.
Cool.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. We both are hyper focused on this right now. But I just wanted to let people know that that stuff's right in front of us, and you got a wrestler right here who is a state champion and going for another one, and still going to keep going and keep grinding.
No.
What do you love about wrestling? Like I don't really ask people this question, but like what makes wrestling special to you?
I love the hard work. I love that hard work gets you where you want to be. And I love the feeling after like a hard practice, like the grind. That's what I love the most about wrestling. I love how it makes me feel.
Yeah.
Like I'm healthy, I feel good, and it's gotten me so many opportunities that I never thought I could ever receive.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How about a fun question? After state's all done, whatever happens, right? Obviously you want to win a state title. Hopefully you get it done. You'll be smiling cheek to cheek. Yeah. What's in the bag, or what do we like to go to in terms of like food and stuff like that after this is all said and done? We're not cutting as much weight now, but
Italian. I'm a big Italian. I love like a white sauce, Alfredo.
Oh, nice.
That's my go-to. If anything, a steak, maybe on my coach.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Vina, this is so cool to finally meet you. My brother was Jordan was one of your coaches, I believe, on the dual team, and he spoke very highly of you. And in fact, we were doing our pound for pound rankings, and your name wasn't on the list at first. And I go, my brother is speaking very highly of Vina Win, and we got to throw her on there. And then I started doing some more research and watching your wrestling on Flow, and I was like, oh man, like you're a dog. And then I got to watch you at Gut Check too, and saw the beast get unleashed there as well, and just excited to watch you again, to go for it again, and hopefully we'll be interviewing you after another state title. How's that sound?
That sounds great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you.
You guys have a nice day.
That's Vina Win from Hazen High School, state champion. Coach Magana right there too. Super cool, man. This is like turning into a really, really fun deal here, where when I started this podcast, I was like, we're not really going to get anybody to talk to, and we're just going to have to just fly by the seat of our pants and talk about brackets and everything. But now I've got wrestler after wrestler to talk to, and Vina Win is just one of those girls that it makes you smile. She's a sweet gal, but I'll tell you what, when she wrestles, she gets mean, dude. And hopefully she gets another one. Now at 105 pounds, that kind of shook things up a little bit. Speaking of 4A girls, that weight class at 4A 100 was looking to be really, really deep, and it still is. with the likes of Maisie Elliott and Elise Albesso. But now Vina at 105 really shakes things up, and I am very excited to see some of the lightweights go at it for the ladies this year, especially with those incoming freshmen. The freshmen always just shake things up quite a bit. So try to get to some of these comments, get caught up here a little bit. This is turning into a really, really fun podcast. And we're glad that we did this. Hi, Vina from Coach Royale 000. Appreciate the comment. Nickname for Otto is the Swedish assassin. That fits. Yeah, that's still just going back to that. It's just crazy to me. This wrestler is from Sweden. His name is Otto. I forgot his last name, which is, I feel bad, but he was wrestling 157 pounds for Arlington. First year wrestling, Swedish exchange student, bumped up to 175 pounds to crack the lineup at districts, and then makes it to state, and now he's here. That is really, really cool. You got to be an incredible athlete to do that. I mean, this isn't, an easy tournament to even qualify for. So that's really, really cool. The Swedish assassin at 175 pounds. I'll be watching him. I hope he gets on the podium. That would be something else. That would be a all-time record, right? Let me know in the chat if anybody knows any first year wrestlers who placed at state in their first year wrestling. Cool, man. Well, we are here, Matt Classic 37. Excited about tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to be capturing a lot of video and stuff, some highlights and all that. I'm going to be up in the bird's nest, I think, with this setup, and trying to be doing some Sports Center type stuff. Maybe some in-between session recaps, trying to get some more interviews as well. It's going to be a really, really fun year for us. Thank you so much for your guys' support. I say it all the time, but please make sure you guys go share and like and subscribe to our stuff. It helps us out a lot. I think I'm going to wrap this thing up. I'm getting a little tired and probably going to go get some food and rest up for the tournament ahead. And I don't know, maybe Josh wants to hop on with me here for a second. Do you want to hop on? I was just about to wrap this thing up, but I figured, hey, let's bring on the man, the myth, the legend, Joshua St. Marie. For people who don't know, I know Matt and I are pretty front and center when it comes to the live streaming and the podcast, but you got to do a couple with us this year. And for people who don't know, Josh is the developer of our website and is a huge contributor to what we do here at WWN. How you feeling, man? You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. This is one of my favorite things we do all year is come to the Dome and wrestle here. So, yeah, super excited. I never sleep really well when I'm down here, and I'm it's going to be an exhausting weekend, but can't wait for this action.
It is incredibly exhausting. I remember last year, bro, like walking around on this concrete too is like, it just takes a lot out of you and the noise and everything. And I think I got to go pick up some like earplugs and stuff. I've seen Coach Feist pop those in during the tournament. So
yeah,
I remember last year, bro, like when you were looking at me like deer in the headlights, when I think Trevor and I were like asking you a question, and you're like, oh, what? So
well, last year was my first year coaching here at the Dome,
right.
And I learned a lot of hard lessons about just getting exhausted and not taking care of myself, and caring so much about helping these wrestlers through the process of getting ready for tough matches. That it was pretty draining. I will say I learned a lot from last year, and
well, it's like kind of be a hard thing as a coach, and because I haven't done it in so long here. But like, you obviously want to be like a selfless servant to your wrestlers and the people that you're coaching and everything. But like at the same time, you can't give your maximum effort if you're not taking care of yourself as well. But talk about your team, man. I mean, we got the Glacier Peak ladies here wrestling. How many wrestlers do we have?
Yeah, we brought 11 wrestlers through our district. A couple really tough weights at our district, and a couple girls I would have really liked to make it through that didn't in some tough brackets. But we got 11 here, and looking for some medalists for sure. Yeah,
that's cool. What have you? I mean, you talked about a little bit what you've learned from last year to this year, but expand on that a little bit more in terms of like coaching and preparation and Josh St. Marie as a head coach in year 2 at Glacier Peak. What have you learned?
Yeah, I think last year I was focused a lot on results and how do I help them win, or one thing or the other. And I just got so overwhelmed that this year I changed my focus a little bit to be more focused on who they are as people.
Yeah.
And training them to be kind people who just work hard and try hard and give it their all in things. And that's been a little bit of my focus shift from one year to the next.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, it's coaching is hard because you have to coach, not only the mat IQ, the wrestling, the technique and everything, but there's so much that I think gets overlooked in terms of like getting your wrestlers mentally prepared and making sure that they're at their best physically and mentally. Obviously they're all responsible for themselves and what they do, but you're the leader in that. And it's cool to see that you got 11 here. How many did you have here last year?
We had 10 last year.
Okay, so one more than last year.
Yeah, one more. And we got some wrestlers making big strides. I'm looking forward to it. 1 year to the next, I found myself this year wishing I could just at times focus on the wrestling, the stance, the motion, the fakes, the shots, and I found the biggest challenge this year was just the mental aspect of the sport. It is so complicated, and everybody is different.
Yeah,
every single wrestler is their own maze of what works for you, and so complicated. It's been a unique challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you, man. Obviously we're super close in what we do here at WWN, but hopefully you go and you have the tournament that you hope that your wrestlers have, and you enjoy this experience. And I'll be rooting for the Grizzlies, bro.
Yeah.
You know me. I like to support our family here at WWN. And again, guys, Josh St. Marie is a huge reason why we are here today doing this podcast. Our website is flourishing, and you're a huge part of it, man. I just want to say thank you and just let people know that you are a major contributor to the sport, not only coaching, but here at the network and doing what you do. So
I love what we do. I love wrestling, love watching wrestling, and anything I can do to help it grow and give more opportunities for kids to sit here in front of this camera and talk to people. I'm all for that. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna start wrapping this thing up. Josh, you can get your wrestlers and get them all loaded up in the van.
Thanks, Sam.
That's Josh St. Marie, head coach of Glacier Peak High School for the ladies. And catch up on a couple of these comments. I got the Swedish assassin up there still. 2A girls. I don't really know how to answer that question. The 2A girls are here. There's a lot of good 2A girls, especially out of District 5. I think I like Grandview, Toppenish going for another state title. I think that would be 2 girls from Toppenish going for four state titles this year, in Adeline Montiel and Sofia Torres. 2A 175, is it going to get changed? I don't know. I don't really know who's in that bracket off the top of my head. I've done 2A rankings throughout the season. 2A 175. I don't know if any of these brackets are going to get changed. The criteria is the criteria. If there's some mistake in the criteria, I think maybe a coach might go to the head table and be like, hey, this is wrong. But it is all computer based. So again, if you guys want to go look at the seating Q&A that Matt did last night on the podcast, that was a really cool educational thing. So yeah, I don't know if anything's going to get changed. Cash, appreciate the comment, but we'll see. Edmonds Woodway, bring home some hardware. Yeah, we love the Warriors. Brian Alfie has been gracious to us, letting us come to the Edmonds Invite to kick off the season every single year. And he was on the podcast last night for the seating Q&A. So if you guys want to go check that out, you certainly can do that. So yeah, go Warriors. 1A champ, Zilla Kashmir or Wapato. We delegated the 1A rankings to an anonymous ranker this year who has been awesome for us. And he's really plugged into that. I haven't been as plugged into it as I've wanted to be, but I don't know. Zilla and Wapato usually seem to be the two that are hunting for that. And I know that they kind of go back and forth in duels, and it's a really great rivalry. It all depends on, total amount of wrestlers and, how far you can get those wrestlers. And, Wapato feels like the deep team, but I think Zilla is probably maybe a little bit more top heavy. Kashmir is really top heavy. You got Jance Novak, hopefully he puts up a bunch of points for them. at 1A 165, and yeah, it's cool to see Kashmir in the mix there as well. So excited to see the team race there. What I'm going to try to do this year is keep you guys plugged in on some of those team scores throughout the tournament. We don't have the big boards here anymore, so we're just kind of got to go on their phone, and there's not a lot of there's not as much hype around it as there was in years past, and that's something that I hope changes. But I'll try and get you guys updated on that as much as we can. But
Sam, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm at Lincoln.
Oh no, you got a rough connection there, brother. You got a rough connection there. I think it's getting better now, but
okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah, you're staying with us here a little bit.
Okay.
You guys are at Silas?
I'm at Lincoln right now.
Oh, okay.
And most people don't know this, but Lincoln just rolls out auditorium here, and it's kind of crazy, dude. It's got me getting just a dog pound out here, man. And it's kind of cool. It's really awesome. I'm actually really vibing out here, and it's just amazing to see with just a small setup that they have. They don't have a very large wrestling room or anything. They just roll out mats in an auditorium, and state champs come out of here. Okay,
that's
and
crazy.
It's just really, it's really, really cool.
So you guys are getting
Go ahead.
I was asking you guys are getting a weight cutting practice in right now. Is that what you guys are doing?
Yeah, just a little pre-touch. Also, I got Hanford here as well. They're hanging out, wrestling right back here. I got some other schools. I don't know who else all is here actually, but man, it's a vibe in here right now. It's really cool, inviting. Lincoln is as long as we need. Sorry, we're cutting weight now, so we got kid about 7 pounds over right now. We're gonna try to get it worked out, but man, it was fun. Who else did you get a chance to talk to?
Dude, you're gonna have to go watch it back. It was super fun. I got probably 7 or 8 interviews. They started rolling back in here, so I got Vina Win. We got
cool.
Athir Al-Wadi from Arlington, Trey and Dayton, and Coach Gilbertson. And then their Swedish exchange wrestler. Did you hear about him?
No, tell me about him.
He's a first-year wrestler, Swedish exchange student, had to bump up to 175 to crack Arlington's lineup, and he qualified for state in his first year wrestling from Sweden. So I got to talk to him.
What is his name again? Do you remember?
I don't remember his last name, and his name's Otto. So,
oh, okay. Well, yeah, no, that's kind of cool. That Gilbertson always, playing
international
some
recruiting. Yeah, that's really cool. But hey, I'm gonna wrap this thing up, brother. You enjoy that practice. My wife's calling. I got Josh in my background here. I gotta get our stuff stowed away, but it's been a fun one.
If Willie and Tavar were around me right now, I would go get them, but I think they're showering. So I wanted to try to say. But they're locked in, watching Willie practice up here. He was absolutely locked in. So it's nice to see him healthy, too. He said he was healthy. So that's really good. Tavar, he hasn't wrestled much since I've been here. So he looks to be on weight, ready to rock, and he looks big. For the weight class, tell you that.
Nice, man. Well, give him our love, man. All right. Well, yeah, your connection's a little choppy there, but we love you. All right. There's Matt Beck, man, from Lincoln High School. That's super cool. Hey, we gotta wrap this thing.
4, 3, 2, 1.